fly tyers, welcome to another episode of Aaron at the Fly Desk. Today we're going to tie a Red Brassie, and we're going to tie it on one of the new Ahrex, I think that's how you say it, A-H-R-E-X jig hooks. This is the FW550. This is a size 14. I like the shape of these hooks. They kind of got a little bit of a curve here. It's one of the jig hooks, so you got to use your slotted beads. But we're going to put this slotted tungsten bead on here. And what we're going to do is we're going to get some red ultra wire. Comes in these nice little spools. And this is medium. I'm going to show you a neat way to tie a brassie with them. So what I like to do is I like to tie my wire right on the side of the hook. And I actually like to shove it up into the bead. And then I really make sure that I cover every bit of that red. Every bit of the wire, so whether you're using copper, gold, or red, or green, just cover all the wire with some black so it gives it some depth. And then I do 3 wraps behind the wire. And we'll wrap it back up to the front. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to just start wrapping this wire right up against the previous wrap. I like to keep my brassies pretty tightly wound, which is how I live my life sometimes. Well, wound a little tighter than that. Okay. What a slotted bead does is it allows the bead to fall back down onto the eye of the hook. And once I'm to this point, I just wrap a little bit there. And I try to cut my wire with the back part of my scissors as good as I can, and then just kind of pinch it up against the rest. Okay, so now what I like to do is I like to get just a little bit of dubbing. I like to use this little Peacock Dubbing. You can use Peacock Curl if you want to. I'm a fan of Peacock Dubbing. And I just like to put it right up against that bead nice and tight. And it gives that fly a little bit more taper and depth. I've kind of got a little bit of olive marabou or something stuck in that. That looks better. Okay, once I'm to this point, I'll take my whip finisher. I'll tie it off. Don't turn off the video because it's about to get good. Okay, so now we have our brassie part. You can see it, I've wound it down so my nymph has got a little bit of a curve. Then what we're going to do is I'm going to take some thick UV glue. I'm actually going to put a casing over the top of my wire. That does a couple things. Gives it a little bit more of a translucent, natural look. You can see it shine the fly up nice. And what it does is it pulls out that black thread and just makes it look a lot better. Then what I do is I take the top of the fly and I flatten it out with my scissors, take as much off as I can. Then I take another dab of this glue. I put it right on top, like so. And what that does is it puts a nice little thorax on top of the fly and cements that bead down as well and makes the whole top of this fly and the bead one piece. And so you can see highly effective fly, especially if your water's a little bit murky. That red seems to stand out pretty good. Imitates a whole lot of things, little midges, chronomids. The red color on it, I've used copper brassies and red brassies, and I'll take red brassies 2-to-1 over copper. I think red's always a trigger for a strike. So there you have it, my friends. This is Aaron's rendition of the Red Brassie together with his UV glue and a nice solid taper look. So thank you for watching another episode of Angler Made's Aaron at the Fly Desk.